putting together a pretty good class under Jimbo Fisher in his fourth year there in Aggie land, on pace to signing the highest ranked class in 24/7 sports history. After adding commitment from five-star linebacker Harold Perkins, they want some more. They're not done quite yet. Have some key targets on the board, which include five-star lineman Shamar Stewart, who was down to his final three with Georgia, Miami, and Texas A&M. And boy, he's been a traveling man if you've been watching on Twitter, by the way. He's been all over the place. But taking a look at the 2022 recruiting class, A&M sitting pretty at the top, followed by Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State, and Texas when it comes to the top five in 2022. All right, joining us now, Director of Recruiting for 24/7 Sports, Steve Wiltfong in the mix. And back to Shamar Stewart here a little bit. As I mentioned, he's kind of been traveling a few places. If you're Jimbo Fisher, are you a little worried about that a little bit now that he's back home? But check it out here, University of Miami. This was all on the Twitter, but that wasn't his only stop here. Went to Athens, Georgia. Go Dogs. Hey, look, they just won a chip. That might be a little bargaining tool there. And then said, had a good time in Georgia, but now I'm back home, Miami. What's up? What do you think Jimbo's thinking here, Steve?
Well, he's thinking he's got to go in there on Thursday and close the deal. He's taking his in-home visit later this week to sit down with Shamar Stewart, who Texas A&M has led for much of the process. He's been to College Station several times, and he's a key piece to a potentially historic class for the Aggies. Right now, they're trending for the #1 recruiting class in 24/7 sports history, which would eclipse what Alabama signed last year. But they need Shamar Stewart, and they need to keep Harold Perkins, the five-star linebacker, to do that. And I still like Texas A&M's position. They sent a bunch of coaches in there last week, but Shamar certainly got his eye on a couple other schools, and this could go a couple different ways. He was at Georgia this weekend. Georgia sent a bunch of coaches in last week. Coach Kirby Smart and company expected in this week per Dogs 247 insider Rusty Manziel. And then Miami. He visited Miami 2 weekends ago. He's going to take his official visit this weekend. And he gave the Hurricanes plenty of opportunities under the last coaching staff, visiting several times when Manny Diaz and company were running the show. But there's a lot of excitement around the Miami program. I was in South Florida this weekend, and there's just a ton of juice around that football facility with Coach Mario Cristobal leading the charge. And with the 3 straight top 10 recruiting classes at Oregon, we know how hard he goes on the trail, and he's working as hard as any coach in the country to land Shamar Stewart. And I know that talking to Shamar Stewart's coach, Mo Marquez, they really liked the vibe at Miami a couple weeks ago. They're coming back to Miami this weekend. It's going to be a big official visit, and this one could still go a couple different ways.
All right, Jimbo got some work to do. As you just said there, Stewart, a wanted man, but he's not the only one.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.